Hey, all you Ironman football fans, welcome to another week of the Chubby Guys Podcast Player of the Game Award. This week's award is brought to you by Southern Ohio Smiles, Precision Masonry LLC, Newsome Equipment Rentals, Mayhew Brown Funeral Home, Kelly Wiley Group of the KW Capital Partners, Jackson Meats, and Brian Dulaney Excavating. Thank you to all of our sponsors, and welcome to this week's edition of the Chubby Guys Podcast Player of the Game.
All right. Hey, week 5, player of the game. I got to be honest. I'm a little partial to this one. I know this guy. I know his dad. I've known him for a long time. And we actually brought his dad on here too. He's a legend. And one of the sponsors of this, I mean, a legend. You got what I consider, this guy is so fun to watch play football. He's such a savage out there and plays the game right. It's so fun to watch. But then you go back to when Dad played. Well, you were the same damn way.
Well, like old Dan Meyer said, the apple didn't fall far from the tree.
No, I don't think so. What's it been like being a dad, particularly this year, senior year, watching your boy play? You've been watching him for how many years? I mean, I know how it starts. You go through Pee Wee, you go through all that stuff. Now here it is as a senior year. Does it feel like it was just yesterday, or is it? I mean,
oh yeah, it feels like I just dropped him off, and down there at Pee Wee, and I can remember grabbing him by the face mask, and I said, he was all raring to go. Had his, you dressed at the house.
Oh yeah, yeah.
He was all ready to go, and right before he got out of the truck, I said, "Hey, come here, I want to tell you something." Grabbed him by the little face mask, and he just kind of looked at me, just like you got a horse just tied up and he's just itching to go. Yeah. I said, "Hey, I want to tell you something. Us Dulaneys don't take hits. We're the givers."
Yeah.
I said, "Don't you ever forget it."
You're not going out to this practice field to get hit.
No, you're going out there to hit.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah. So it set the tone with him very early.
Oh, yeah.
And, I mean, now here you go, man. We're week 5, senior year. Does it feel weird, feel different?
It just seems like it was yesterday.
Yeah. I can't imagine what that would be like watching it. I mean, well, the good news is you've watched a guy have a sensational career. By the way, congratulations, player of the game this week, Bryce. I know we came up a little short, but you didn't come up short. You wore some guy out, some poor guy. We'll be lucky to get him through the season without him getting thrown in jail for child abuse. I always worry during the game, like, oh my God, what if the cops come down to the sideline and say, "Hey, now you're going to have to stop."
Yeah. Yeah.
The worst I saw was the playoff game last year. That poor guy from Bloom Carroll. I mean, I don't know if that guy's walking right now.
He probably ain't.
No, that was tough. And so it's every week. Who's the next one? Now we're getting ready to go into the FAC. And you've played against all these teams, right? I think it's fair to say that I think we're the favorite going into the league, right?
Yeah.
What does Greenfield have for us? Have you guys had a chance to look at them or anything?
They're 50-50. They pass, 50%. Okay. They run 50%. Their O-line, they're average.
Okay. Have they won a game yet?
Be honest, I'm not sure.
Yeah.
I haven't really looked.
Yeah, well, lions don't lose sleep on behalf of sheep.
Yeah. I just play the game.
There you go, buddy. That's the way to do it. I think we've got a lot to be excited about. We came out of this. Those first 5 games that we played were a gauntlet, and to come through that. 3 and 2.
It was brutal.
Yeah. But I'll tell you what, that's kind of stuff that sharpens that iron for the playoffs, man. And so if we can come through the FAC unscathed, hit the playoffs running, man, we might still make the run that we've been waiting on, man.
Right,
You know,
right.
I don't know anything that would count us out. We just got to continue to get better every week, right? I mean, there's probably, you guys probably watch the films. I know the coaches probably like to point things out that can be fixed. And, you know, do you feel pretty good going into this week?
Yeah, I do. I have a lot of confidence in how I performed last week, and I think we should do pretty good.
I think so too. I mean, heck, I'm not a betting man, but if I were, I think I'd be taking the Ironman this week.
Yeah, is a Taylor boy going to be back?
Yeah, we just got confirmation call, and he is going to be back this week.
Good. Yeah, I mean, I hate to dwell on this, but I mean, it sounded to me like we ran into. I mean, we were far away from home, and they treated us like it, didn't they?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, but hey, I mean, the thing is, though, you guys are a part of a program here, and it's fun to have both of you on, because think how many times this has happened at Jackson, where you've got a dad that played there when he was in school, and then you've basically watched your son grow up, and now you're watching him play for the same team, same high school. There's got to be a little pride there, isn't there? I mean, how does that feel, man? I mean,
Feels like I'm on the field.
you're probably more nervous now than what you were when.
Yeah, I'm real bad. Like, last week I was pretty aggravated, and I had to go find a new seat.
Oh,
I
Kim being mean to you up there, bud?
she just I'd yell or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll look up the stands. He'll be up there, and then I'll look back, and he'll be
Needs to take a walk.
he'll be down by the field goal or something.
Yeah, there you go.
It's hard to tell where he'll be.
Yeah. Now, does he ever give you any like pre-game advice or anything like that? Like,
Well, on Thursdays he tries to talk to me a lot, and I'm not really a talking person on Thursdays. But
yeah, you kind of prepare right here, don't you?
Yeah.
It's right there in the head, man.
I'm pretty silent with.
Yeah. You're not a talker. Not out there telling them. You just show them.
Yeah.
And that's awesome. What would you say so far this year? What's been your highlight of the year thus far?
Really, I mean, like, it's not even really on the field. It's in the weight room.
Yeah.
I broke a record for power clean.
Oh, that's awesome.
I was close.
You don't do that without hard work.
Yeah.
I mean, you got to be proud of where you've gotten physically.
Yeah.
I mean, I've watched you over the last 2 or 3 years. How much weight have you put on?
Since when?
Let's say sophomore year.
Well, sophomore year I was about 175 pounds.
Yeah.
And now I'm 215. So
Yeah, that's that's what I was getting at.
yeah.
And that takes a lot of sweat to
Yeah.
put that on.
Yeah.
I mean, now how was it primarily? Do you credit the weight room for that, or did you eat like a? I mean, were you a lot of protein?
Yeah, I ate a lot. It was. I mean, heck, I go home and it's 5-course meal every night, so that helps a lot.
Yeah. Well, how about that?
Give a lot of effort to my parents for that.
Yeah, that's awesome. But so, I mean, basically, senior year, we got 5 to go.
Yep.
Then the playoffs. What's the approach going into the FAC? I assume that a goal of this team is to win the league, correct?
Yes. So at the beginning of the year, we all met and we wrote down our goals, and that was one of my first ones. Well, my first one was Ironton, beat Ironton.
Right.
But obviously that didn't happen. You go to your second goal, and that's to win the FAC. So
There you go. And we got it. And then we'll go to the playoffs and we'll go on about our business.
yeah.
I mean, they're going to run out of paint up there in the locker room, man, putting up those FAC titles.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
they're about running out of space. But no, man, I'll tell you, it's been a fun year watching you guys. You guys got a really fun senior class, and it looks like you guys get along really well on the field and play together.
Yep. Yeah, we do. We've gained trust in each other and stuff like that. At the beginning, like, of my junior year, I was, I never really was a popular kid. Never hung out with them, but
Yeah.
I don't know. It's just like
All of a sudden, you became
it kicked
popular.
in. It kicked in.
Yeah.
I started liking them. They started liking me. So
Yeah. Well, I mean, when you're making that many tackles and that
we've
kind of
had-
stuff, boy, they start liking you quick, bud.
One of my exciting events was when we was watching Western Brown, and I mean, this big old lineman, I mean, just on him and on him and on him and on him, and finally I looked up, and Bryce just grabs him, and I don't know if you guys seen this or not, but Bryce just grabs him and just throws him. He just rolls.
Yeah,
down the field.
I think I did.
And then
see
that guy jumps up. That guy jumps up and looks at the ref.
Yeah.
The ref goes,
Hey, this is football, buddy.
yeah, it's football.
Every now and then, you just got to show him who's a little stronger, right? I mean,
Yeah,
that's part of it.
I was honestly just tired of him pushing me around. I was like, well,
Time to push back a little bit, huh?
yeah, that play, I was like, well, it's time to just show him who's boss. And
Oh, heck yeah. Heck yeah, it is. Which have you enjoyed more, offense or defense this year?
Oh, this year probably defense, just because I get more playing time on defense.
Yeah. Well, and I mean, you're such a natural in there.
Yeah.
On defense. I mean, that's unbelievable.
Yeah.
Now, I bet, though, the opposing defensive ends, when you come in on offense, at fullback probably shake a little bit because they're like, oh, God, I know he's going to kick me out. Or he's going to lead up through the hole.
Yeah. Oh, God, we got to hit this kid.
Yeah, here he comes.
Yeah. That's pretty much how people in scout.
Oh,
be
yeah.
at
Hey, they got
practices.
to make you better, right? I mean,
Yeah.
they got to provide a target. I mean, that's what it's all about. But man, I'll tell you, we're proud of you here at the podcast. We're this one means something. The player of the game. We were really excited to get with Bryce Dulaney. We wish you all the luck in the world the rest of the season. Let's talk about next year, man. Is there going to will there be a day that you might even work for Brian Dulaney Excavating?
Yeah, hopefully here soon.
I don't know. You think he can get hired, Dad? Or?
Tell him what I said the other day, Bryce.
I don't even remember. I probably wasn't listening.
He was late for school.
Oh, yeah. He told me whenever I work for him, I'm not gonna be late.
Not putting up with tardiness, huh?
Nah. I said, if you're late coming to my job, just look for another one. I'm not easy on him.
Always
bud.
good advice. Yeah. Always good advice. Maybe that's why he's so damn tough.
I guess. Yeah.
But, I mean, you know how you say, like, after high school, I guess I've been working for him since I was like 6.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, that's I've always heard people say, you're like 10 years old, jumping up on the trailer, pulling the skid steer off of it. You know?
Oh, yeah.
So you're a natural. There's no doubt you'll probably step right in there.
If I'd have just named him Sue, I think he'd have been a little more tough.
God, he wouldn't have had a choice then.
No.
I mean, now, you know what though? It might have got him at an earlier age, but I don't think too many people will be messing with him now. I don't care what his name is.
Yeah.
Guys, thanks for joining us. Congratulations, Bryce. We'll be watching you. Looking forward to the rest of the season.
Thank you.
Thanks for coming on, man.
Okay. Thank you.